on vocabulary. What we're going to do is we're going to play a game that is going to test your vocabulary and see how many words can you think of or come up with if I give you a few letters to work with.
Let's say the first 3 letters from a word, and you have to make as much words as possible and as long as possible.
From that 3 letters?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
starting with those letters.
Yeah.
So how many words do you think you know?
English words.
Yes, English words.
As much as you know Dutch words? Or, yeah,
No,
for English
no,
is
a bit less.
Who here thinks, out of you 3, who here thinks they know the most words? English words. Nobody thinks they know more words than anybody else?
No, but I feel like I know some.
Alright.
But
Well, Cacharel's going to explain the game, the rules of the game. After that, I'm going to explain the point system, and then we're going to play the game. Alright?
yeah.
Chanel?
Well, the game's pretty simple, we already said most. You'll get a few letters, a few starter letters, and you can make longer words with it. You can just put 1 letter after it. If you just get 3 letters use, then you could put a D after it, and then you have used a new word. It's longer, so then you get points probably.
Yeah. How to score points? Because you're all going to be individual players in this game. And how you're going to score points is, I'm going to give you a base form, which is going to be the beginning of the word. And any word you make has to begin with whatever I'm going to give you. Let's say, as she said, use, and you add D. You add 1 letter, so you get 1 point. The more letters you can add to it, then the more points you get. So the longer the word, the better.
One with the most points wins.
After that, we're going to also give you points if you can give us the definition of that longer word. Because people might as well make up a word that is actually a word, but if they can actually tell you what the definition is, what it actually means, then you get even more points. At the end of the day, we're going to see who's the person that has the most points. Alright?
Yeah.
Anybody have a question?
Can you also put letters before the base point?
No, only
Just
after.
after.
Only
Yes.
after.
Okay, so you couldn't like make reuse.
No, you cannot make reuse, which you can use, for instance, other letters afterwards to make the word itself longer, starting with use.
Is there any name for those letters we have at the end?
Well, at the beginning of a word, it's called a prefix. At the end of a word, it's called a suffix. And we're going to be working with last suffixes today and with making words longer. Yes?
So what's the prize if we win, actually?
The prize will be next week. You'll be able to help me or help us plan the next game.
That's not a prize,
No,
that's
that's-
torture.
No, it's not torture
That's
because
not a prize.
you get to
We have
choose
to
what we're
work
going to do in
more.
class. You can change it from a boring class to a fun class. Do what you want, as long as it has to do with English. Okay?
So we have to do
Yeah.
more work?
No, not more work. You can suggest ideas for the next class.
Okay,
Alright?
good.
Okay.
So if we say next class is off, then where's the stuff?
No, I think suggest ideas. Suggestions mean I don't have to actually take them into consideration. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the first word, and I'm going to give you each terms. You're going to have a few seconds to think before, and then we're going to start the game. Alright? First
You
word.
maybe have a paper or something where I can write on? I didn't bring anything.
I have one.
Well, I write the words you say, I'll write them on the
Yeah, I
boards.
know, but then I can write them down if others say words I don't know. Right?
That's a good point.
Alright.
You need one as well?
I forgot my pen.
Oh, I got a paper. It's red, but I think it's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, pretty easy one to start with. We can
Start.
think of anything longer than under.
Underwear.
Underwear. Alright. First one. Who said that?
The word needs to be longer. Okay.
Alright, yeah.
Underlying.
Underlying. Nice.
You're late.
Yes, sorry, I went to the dentist.
You fill in a note, I suppose?
Yes, I left it
Is that good with you?
That's
Yes,
Okay.
underlining.
underline.
Okay. You have a word starting with under?
Underestimate.
And for you coming in, we're playing a game where you actually make up words. You have to use the word under to make a longer word. The longer the word, the more points.
Okay.
Do you have any words that start with under?
Yes, underestimated.
Underestimated, nice.
Jaha?
Underestimating.
Alright. Lord have mercy. Yes?
Underestimatingly.
Underestimating.
Is that a word?
No, it's not a word.
It is.
Let us
I
check.
thought of it, but I didn't think it was
It
a word.
is.
Let me
It
check.
might be
That's why we have
not
to check.
commonly used, but it is. I don't know.
Okay. 1 second.
It sounds like English.
It sounds like
Yeah.
English, doesn't mean it has to be English.
Yeah, but if we say underestimating, so I picked someone, I talked to someone underestimatingly
Hmm?
to his, I don't know. Yeah, because it's an adverb. It's an adverb. And if we,
What's an
What's an
adverb?
I didn't see that in the book.
You just gotta explain.
we
before
have
lesson.
that last semester.
I wasn't there. I was
We-
Yeah. I was skipping class.
If you're on video, you were there.
No, I was not
I
in
thought
the
Mr.
there.
Sufyan and Mr. Blue.
I was sitting in the back.
Correct. There's actually a word. Underestimatingly.
Yeah, because you can, it's an adverb that describes the verb, and we have seen that in
How many letters do we
last
have?
class. Maybe?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is just an example round to get you started. I'm gonna give
It was 4 points.
this was just to get you started. I'm actually gonna give out points for each word.
We haven't started
Well, this
gaining points yet.
after this is just an example after they're gonna go for real points.
Okay.
All right.
How many
Made us.
letters do we get for now? What's the longest? How many
This
letters?
is the longest one, underestimatingly. I haven't written it down completely, but these symbols mean that whatever is above it is
Yeah.
what counts here as well.
It was 17 letters. The longest word you could have made was underrepresentations. That was the
Right,
longest
Ever
one.
heard of that
How
word?
do you write that? Under re
Present.
Presentations.
Yes,
two
sir.
T's? 1 T.
One
Taking.
Yeah. 1 T.
And what does it mean?
I.
1 second.
And what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you don't.
And my computer just lost
Excuse me,
it.
a little technical difficulty here. So while I'm looking for the actual meaning of it, because of course I do not know every meaning of every word. That's why we have the internet, so it can help us out. I did not really know the definition of the longest word here. So I'm going to look it up for you guys. Well, Cacharel counts the points, just every letter is a point. Every extra letter added to under. So where, for instance, right now would be 4 extra points.
But it wasn't 4 points, right?
Yeah.
This one. Or
Yeah, I'm giving
was an
I'm giving an example of how many points each word would score.
But do you still know who gave which word?
I'm only giving an example of how many points each word would be worth.
Oh.
So you know, for instance,
Okay.
this would be,
Yeah.
let's say 20 points, that's 5 points, and so on.
You get more points for a letter that doesn't.
Well, actually
No,
per
it's
letter,
not
you get a
zero.
point. So
You know,
it
that,
starts with under, and she added where, so she gets 4 points here.
okay, but
She added
the
line.
W is a harder letter than E.
Yeah, but
So
you pick the
should
word.
deserve more points for it.
It's not Scrabble.
You can't actually define, like each letter has a different value, because that would make it a little too complicated. And right now we're just keeping it simple.
I'm gonna estimate it.
So, indeed, like you said, that was just 4 points. Line 5. Estimate 8. 8, 9, 8 9, 10, 11, 12. This one was 10, that one's 12. So in total, Sofiane would have won with 12 points here.
And we wouldn't have got any points,
No,
even
you-
up for
you
the words we gave?
You get points.
Okay.
And in the next round, you can add, let's say, for instance, you can say a word that's only like 5 points. And if you score, let's say, a giant word with like 20 points, you can surpass it, and at the end of the day, you have more points anyway, you know?
So
it all
you
depends on
do
how
get the points for the words you made up,
Yes.
or you made up?
Just not in this round.
Okay.
Starting
No,
from the next
oh,
round.
whoa, okay. So only the winner gets points?
No, everybody gets points. I'm just saying you have a winner per round. So let's say right
Oh.
now, you would have, let's say she would have 4 points right now, and you would have for instance,
Yeah.
5 or 8 points depending. And let's say at the end of this round, this one round, you would have that amount of points. And the next round, you can add more points to that total. And it keeps increasing, and at the end of the day, we see who adds more points. Okay.
Let's make it a bit easier because otherwise we could just make lots of words for everyone and someone says 2 words and other words and someone else says 1. 1 word each. So you have to think of the most,
The longest,
longest
word
word
you can think of.
you can think of
Alright.
immediately.
Alright. Now, as for underrepresented, it actually stands for representing something, let's say, if I am drawing on the board and I say, okay, this is the world and this is the sun. And I draw the sun, for instance, like this big, and the world as this big, while it should really be, so let's say, this and this big. So it's represented way too small to what it really would be. That's underrepresenting something.
Okay.
So basically, it's not to scale or not how it should be.
Yeah.
That means underrepresenting. Now, we're going to play the same game again. And we're going to start with a different word this time. Should I have any idea what word? What word we can use?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Let's give them a few seconds to think about it.
You can now think of which word you can start with using event. So you can add, let's say, a few letters so that you can
And
make it
S.
longer. You could add an S, for instance, make events. There's only 1 point, so I don't like that.
You can just use 1 word. Why use events?
Focus on that. One point. You go to press. No.
Alright, I'm going to give you guys a total of like 10 more seconds and then you actually have to say your word. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, starting with you.
Eventuality.
Eventuality.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, it was a T.
Alright,
I had eventually.
eventually. You can also use that one.
Sorry, the word was?
Eventuality.
Eventually.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my word was already there. Eventualities.
Alright.
I don't know.
Does it exist? Eventuality? Sounds
I don't
like.
know. Qualities.
Eventualities.
T.
Don't swear about class.
Is it only 1?
Yes,
And T. And TEs.
Right?
Hmm? No, I have? No.
No.
It's 2 L's.
It's not the only one out.
Yeah, but then eventualities. Oh, eventualities. No. What?
That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's the word.
Alright.
Got it.
Eventualities.
Right.
Eventually with 1 L or 2 L's.
1 L.
Eventually.
Eventuality is 1 L.
That's one.
What's 2 L's?
Eventually.
Is it only 1?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
so weird.
It's 2.
Hold on. Eventuality is written with 1 L.
Yeah.
What about eventually?
Eventually is with 2 L's.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. Eventualities is 1 L. Okay.
It exists.
It exists.
What does it mean?
More than one eventuality.
Okay.
What's the eventuality?
The eventuality would be circumstance, something that is happening.
And
It's
the
like a
end.
lower version of event.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, now,
Last.
any other words?
Yeah, I had eventually, so I will go for
Eventually.
events.
Events?
Yeah.
That only adds one instant.
I know.
1 point, just 1 point.
Just 1 point.
Okay.
Just 1.
Alright,
You stole the word.
Yes.
here we go. First one, we just move to the grading system while she picks up another word. So I'm gonna write the next word up, and then we're gonna continue this one while we count the points. So you can think while I'm counting up the points.
Okay.
Um,
So what's the
Okay.
next word?
The next word of just 3 letters. Cop. C-O-P.
Okay.
Start thinking.
That's the first one, was eventualities. Alright, moving on to the next word.
Okay, so
It's cop. Which words can you make cops? It's just cops, sorry. I'm going to start the other way around because, you know, as you can see, if you start the same position, the person at the end can probably make the longest voice to her. He or she heard more words. So, Ilame, I'm going to start with you.
Copula. Copula.
Can you hear me speak a little bit?
copula.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Copulas.
Ah,
I had that one actually, so I didn't steal it.
Compressingly.
sorry?
Compress. E-N.
Just
Compress.
It's not the word is compress.
Compress. Well,
compress as an M before, so it's not really, you can't really use that because that would change the base form. So I'm going to go over to him and then you can come back to me, okay?
Copper mine building.
Is that one word?
Yeah, it's building a copper mine.
Oh wow.
And else it's just copper mine. Or worker. Copper mine worker is better.
Oh, nice. Actually, I have to go to the pointing system for that one. That's a good one. And for you?
Bad workers.
Ah.
Oh, I keep doing that.
That's the way. That's how I do it.
Nice.
Compliment working. See?
Yeah.
They have had it.
That's the way. That's good.
So, I'm going to start with the points to this one. Who gave me copula?
I did.
Okay. You scored 3 points there. So your score now becomes 4. Copulas. Give me that one, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So that gives you 4 points. So now we have 12 points. Pretty good. Copper mine worker. What a person.
15,
3, 4, 5,
13.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 points, nice. Parrot gave me one word, 13 points. So now you have a total of 19 points. And this smart one here, very wise, maybe copper mine workers. So that's 14 points. And he is now leading, I think.
No.
It's 19.
He's still not leading. That's it.
It's 19.
It's 19. It's high for 19 points here. Very well done.
So let's see, we forgot to mention the longest word for event. The longest word for event is eventfulnesses.
Good one.
Yeah.
And
Um,
For copper, it's
For cop, sorry, not copper.
sorry.
Okay. For cop, sorry, it would be co-proprietorships. So proprietor is a person
Oh, yeah,
that.
of course, cool.
Mag mijn stift graag wikkelen?
We zijn nog met steeds bezig.
Oké, ik heb me straks even brengen.
Wat ben je dan?
En ik zit op kamer 29 op de tweede etage.
Oké.
Ja?
dat is goed.
Oké. Bedankt.
Oh, I only have the camera to 12.
Okay.
What time is it? How long have you been?
Right now we've been going for 20 minutes, so we're almost done. So,
20 minutes.
all right. We're gonna go for one last word. I'm gonna actually go to you guys for this one since you guys are pretty active. You guys can give me the base form. I'll see if I can use that one. Okay?
At least 3 letters.
At least 3 letters. Any ideas? Anybody just shout out your
This.
and I'll think of ones. I'll see if I can use that one.
This.
This? Everybody agrees on this? Okay. Can you
Oh, like this.
What?
You already have a long word in mind.
Yeah, we see.
Yeah,
Shall I
Kevin
just
just made something up so that he knows he's gonna.
Yeah, no, actually I didn't.
En die en? Die en? Ja, precies.
This is a DIS, I suppose?
Yes.
Okay.
Ik heb een
Now I'm using a site here
question.
and I have
What is this?
This light.
this is
But
a
it's not a base form.
It's a prefix
it's a
line.
prefix. I can give you a base form. In my case, I meant a base form as in something to begin with. In this case, I'm giving you a prefix
Okay.
as a base form. So that's what we're using to make
It's
it
also
sound
when
like
you
this.
rap and you make fun of someone. This.
This is with 2 S's though. Dissing somebody as an
No,
insult
I thought we were
would be
working
with 2 S.
with base forms, that's why. So I thought that it means.
Okay, so they are, since this is a prefix, it's used very widely. You can use it in a lot of words. Okay. In this case, I searched online in the little dictionary I have. You can use it in 1,691 words,
Okay, let's
starting with this. So you have a
Yeah.
huge base to go for here.
So I'll give you time to think about the word now. Just a few more
All right.
seconds.
Something tells me I'm going to have to erase this part.
Yes.
Because knowing you guys are getting pretty good at this game, the vocabularies are very nice, very wide.
Which class are we again?
Sorry?
Which class were you again?
You are 3rd grade Habo.
We'll come up with some very interesting words.
Yes, I just learned. That's good.
If you're interested in copper mines, why not?
I used to work at Kalkamar.
As a third year Habo student. Yes.
You know, when I was 6.
All right,
I think we should start.
we're going to start with the word now.
Okay.
We're going to start with Ken.
Disqualification.
Okay.
Disqualifications. If you haven't heard me, well.
Application. All right.
Next one, Yacha.
Discomprehensively.
Nice. How do you spell that one for me? Because I'm a little confused right now.
This.
Yeah, of course it is.
C
Mm-hmm.
O M P R E H E N S I V E L.
As in this?
Yeah, that's E.
All right.
L Y.
All right, nice word. Very good. Got it.
Discombobulated.
Ah.
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Come on, discombobulated.
So there's discombobulatedness.
Mm-hmm.
There's also multiple discombobulatednesses.
Okay.
What does it
You
mean?
mind writing that one down for me? discombobulatednesses. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but it's actually not a word.
It's not a word?
No, because discombobulated means to be confused. And discombobulatedness is act of being confused, and you cannot have multiple yes, you can have confusions, for instance, but it's still a discombobulatedness in this case. You cannot have discombobulatedness.
Okay.
Wordness. No, then this is as long as you can get with this one. Very nice word though.
Yeah.
You got it? You can still get in this. You can come up with a very, very long word
Yeah.
that will get you like 50 points in score, you know?
Disrespecting fully?
Disrespectfully. You want to write that one down for me?
No,
Why not?
my handwriting's very bad.
So,
you can
don't worry.
You have to
Oh
learn
my
it at
God.
some point.
There you go.
That's not bad.
What?
That's not bad.
It is.
Yeah, it's written some better handwriting than the whole thing.
No.
Here's the thing. Up till disrespecting is a word,
Yeah.
but you have disrespectful, but you do not have disrespecting fully.
So only disrespecting?
You can choose to disrespecting, or if you want disrespectful,
Yes.
I'll let you.
Disrespectingness.
That's not a word.
It's
Not a word.
disrespectfulness.
I don't know, I just made it up, so.
So, one
Minus
topic
the
of
Disrespectfully,
Yeah.
minus the maybe.
Yeah, disrespecting.
Disrespectfully.
Yeah, that is a word. Well done. So disrespectfully. Okay.
Was
Alright. It's a very long T. T and a half.
Wow, just
I'm going to need you guys your help for this, because my math, I'm an English teacher, you know? I'm not really that good at math. I can't really count, so you guys want to help me out here?
Sure.
First word.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's how you
Some
go
nice,
fast.
yeah, some nice numbers.
Next one. 15 points or so.
16.
Ah.
12.
Alright. Let's count them up now. Start with Sufyan. You had 13 points.
So
You go to a grand total of
42. No.
34.
34.
Okay.
That's class.
Don't worry, we're in English. I'm
I'm
not going to judge your math.
good. No.
I'm not going to judge your math. I'm an English teacher. Trust me, I can't count in my life.
That's one.
I tell you how to spell the letters though. Every number. Okay. Next one. 15 points. That's Yaha. Yaha.
What?
That comes up to a total of
10.
Wait, I wouldn't.
Really?
29.
20.
You had
50.
This is not 29. 27.
there you go,
27.
So yeah, you don't know math as well.
I wasn't as far off as you.
Alright, doesn't matter people. Okay, next one. Cut it. Your word was discomboblatedness. 16 points.
Yeah.
Comes up to a grand total of
54.
50.
No.
90%.
35.
50.
No.
End of the 5, come on.
35, yeah.
There we go.
No.
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 It's way
No.
more.
No.
It's way more.
It's
It's
more.
way more? Okay, tell me then.
19
I can't count. I'm an English teacher.
9 and 6
It's
is
37.
15.
So
So
it's 35.
It is 35.
It
It's
is.
35.
Yeah, but how could he be 34 then? Because they scored 3. He scored 3 points less, but he has just 1 point less.
Yeah, it has to be 32.
What's going on here?
33. 32.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's 32
yes,
points.
32.
What's going on? What's going on? Okay, calm down, calm down.
Okay, yeah.
Order in our classroom. Order in our classroom. What's going on? What happened here? What's
So
going on?
Ken has to have 32.
32 points.
Yeah.
Okay then. So
No.
Yeah.
why 32? Can you explain that to me?
Because he scored 13, he had 19, that makes 32.
There
9
you
and
go.
3 is 2.
Either.
Or 12.
But
The 2 points for the last one, huh?
My maths
Okay. Yamlin, you had 12 points.
Yeah, so 16.
Okay. See, she's fair, unlike you guys. Trying to
She's
cheat
just good
points.
at math stuff.
You guys are trying to cheat points for back home, that's not fair.
I didn't try to cheat.
Dan, do you still want to?
Okay.
Do you still want to use the meanings of the words?
Yeah, at the end of it, one second. Right now, we have the winner. We're 35 points, we have Fed. Yes!
Yeah. You can help them next week.
Next week, you can tell them, you can
That was
suggest
surprise.
ideas for next week's activity.
Help for class next week.
At the end of the class, you can tell us how to
Surprise.
make next week's activities more fun. Okay? So, we go step in the
Oh, that's how much you like the prize.
Alright. Now, last but not least, to expand your vocabulary, of course, you want to know the meanings of the words.
Yes.
You want to know the meanings of the word disqualifications.
Well, I know that disqualify is that when it doesn't qualify, so let's say it's when you're playing a game and you make a point
Yes.
and it's disqualified, it means it's not,
Sorry.
it means it's not qualified.
Absolutely. Very well thought out there. I see where you're going with this.
It means that if you do something that's not fair, you will be disqualified, which means that you can't take part anymore, or your
Okay.
score
Where did
won't
he come from?
counting.
Alright,
Yeah.
so in this case, disqualifications mean multiple, let's say multiple people or multiple things were wrong, so you have disqualifications. More than one person cannot play in this case.
So Jacha or Gerrit?
Okay, Jacha helped build up what event.
Okay.
Next one?
This comprehensively. Okay.
Oh,
This comprehensively. Who knows what it means? Who can give an explanation?
You're not able to stand
Sorry?
I don't know what comprehensive means.
Is it to understand?
Yes.
Yes.
To comprehend something is to understand something, to be able to
So then it means
understand
that you
what
can't understand something.
it means. Yes.
Deep.
It's that you do something without understanding what you are doing.
Doing
Exactly.
it discomprehensively.
Exactly. Perfect use of the word there. And Kyle, your word, discombobulated-ness.
Yes.
Care to explain what that means?
Well, when you're combobulated,
What is combobulated?
Confused.
well, that's what. Come on. When you're combobulated, it means
Please let us finish.
combobulated. It means that you know what's going on. And discombobulated is that you're confused. You don't know what's happening. Someone struck you and now you're discombobulated. It's another word of saying confused, being confused. And discombobulatedness is the state of being, yes, discombobulatedness.
Alright.
Disrespectfully, very easy. I suppose. Well, I don't know for Turkish students. Who knows what disrespectfully means?
It was your word. Care to explain this one?
Not being fair or respectful towards other people.
Okay, so in this case, it would be, let's say, an attitude towards somebody else where you're disrespectful. So it's a disrespectful attitude, disrespectful. Alright. That comes up to the end of our class. Thank you for paying attention and actually taking an active role today. It was very nice to do that with you guys. That is all. You are free to go. Please make
I
sure.
find it quite shallow and pedantic.
Sorry?
I just wanted to say that.
Nice. Alright. Nice work.
What did they say?
Nothing.
What
Here's
does that
one
mean?
thing. I want you guys to try to remember these words because next week we will be playing a game. And Ken's going to help me out with that game on how to expand your vocabulary and what to be using these words. So I actually want you guys to try to remember these words or the words you made up today.
Are we getting a point again next week?
Ken is going to try to determine that with me. Alright?
Okay, you better think about
Prize.
this prize.
Alright.
Yeah, maybe you can bring some candy.
Sure, I'll bring Candy next time.
Money.
Money.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to bring
So when it comes to the end of our class, you are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.